Hey, boys and girls, buffaloes and bunnies. It is weather report for September 6th, 2021. And raccoons, I can't forget, because I actually bought my 130 raccoons YouTube accounts and had them all subscribe. Otherwise, no more dog food for them.
That's right. Bring the raccoons in on our side.
So I have a lot of raccoon subscribers.
We want to get that networking momentum going.
Yeah, I don't call them. I don't give them a call out often enough. So we got to do that some more. So anyway, Snake was right. Hey, is he here? Oh,
yeah, he's here.
We linked Topdawg in Topdawg's top picks in the description has a video from Snake was right. So
yeah, that's a good video.
Yep.
Oh,
and we got a whole bunch
the one with Neffy Free versus Jim Majors, talking about how Neffy just keeps lying, saying there are no oversized ornamental weapons or ritual weapons, and then Snake goes through and just shows example after example of them.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of other things he keeps saying that are complete lies, and he just keeps doubling down and saying it. Pretty amazing. So we have a bunch of links in the description that relate to the show we did with Dr. Josh on Sunday. Was it Sunday?
Sunday, yeah, we did. To me, I thought it was a great discussion. Could have gone on and on and on and on, but he has kids and probably doesn't want to spend his whole day with us. But it was a great discussion, and basically, I've been on an Old Testament studies kick all weekend just because it's so enjoyable.
I don't see any problem with studying science and still believing in Christianity. I don't think science would interfere with your belief in Christianity. But when you study history, I don't see how the hell you can believe in some of this shit,
Well, that fellow Joel Baden, I've been saying so much about, he has some good perspectives on that, on how you can. And in one of the links, let's see if I can find it on my notepad so I can look at it. The one that's called "Where Did Our Bible Come From?" He's talking with a deconverted Christian singer named John Steingard, and they talk about that, how you can view get religious meaning from books that aren't literally true, or contain lots of material that's not literally true. And and Baden does a good job of explaining that. And in fact, I think, and I don't have the link to it because I don't remember the guy's name, Josh last night did a really great interview with a guy, and I think they kind of discussed that. So yeah, those perspectives. And what it is using the text to inform, I guess, what they would call their spiritual lives. Yeah. And you don't worry about, was it literally true? You worry about, what does this mean for me in my life? And he gave an example of how two rabbis will, and they've done this for millennia. Two rabbis will, one will discuss the scripture, the particular passage, and what he thinks it's about, and then the other one will discuss his point of view from it, and they'll go, and leave it at that. Take somebody's point of view and appropriate, if that's the right word, or integrate what they're saying, if you think it's valuable, into what you think and what you believe, and you come away a better person but you're not demanding that the other person can submit to some external form of control in order to grow spiritually, to grow as a person, and be more conformed to the ideals of your faith.
Yeah, well, I know you can be a Buddhist Christian, and if you're a Buddhist Christian, you don't really believe literally in the God or in any of the concrete things, right? You simply take away the spirit of the messages, and you never question what really happened. So you never ask those questions, and that leaves you free to adopt all of science and all of physicality and whatever, and you just don't go there. So you can be a Buddhist and become a Christian within being Buddhist, but you stay away from any concrete beliefs in anything. And of course, if you do that, the side effect of that is you'll never end up in any arguments with anybody.
Man, I think we pissed off Gurr.
Oh, where's Gurr? Gurr,
we must have done something.
I saw Gurr had a stream last night, and I checked in a couple times, and I listened to it, and I was going to stop in and do an intervention on him because he's like been online 23 hours out of 24 for the last 7 days.
You think he's addicted to streaming?
I think he needs help, and I'm concerned, very concerned about Gurr. And nobody should subscribe or watch his channel.
That's right. It's poison. It's toxic.
It's poison. And we've linked it in previous weather reports so that you know what not to subscribe to. So we do that as a customer service, basically, a service to our loyal members. Stay away from Gurr. So what happened? So were you on the dumpster fire, quote unquote dumpster fire last night? Was Otangelo there?
Otangelo had a limited presence. Peter came on. Otangelo got off, and then Peter said shit about Otangelo, and Otangelo got mad because Gurr said he wasn't. Well, we ought to let Gurr come in and give his point of view. But yes, Gurr, we need to have a Gurrvention.
Well, the other thing I noticed is that David was on almost every one of those streams.
Yeah,
almost as long as Gurr. And now that we
have it's those quiet ones you got to watch out for, because if there's a dumpster fire, 9 times out of 10, it's that quiet guy that really probably kicked it off.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I try to, because Gurr likes dumpster fires, so I try to kick him off the best I can for him. That's a customer service that I like to provide for Gurr, but he
David
hasn't sent me my check yet. But what?
Going on Gurr's channel, there are studies that prove that it's linked to cancer.
Yeah, it's definitely hazardous to your health, but I'm hoping if I do it in moderation that it may not.
Well, if you use Gurr block, you got to have Gurr block, like sunblock.
Yeah,
you have a lot of Gurr block.
Yeah, there you go.
It's like I've got this wart on my forearm. It's a tiny thing, but every time I go into Gro's channel, one of his channels, and then I come off, that thing's kind of discolored a little bit.
It gets a lot bigger.
I'm thinking it's the exposure to Gro streams and Gromania.
Yep. Yes.
Well, we all know how Uncangelo is. He likes to take over the streams, right? He'll pick somebody to argue with. Like he likes to argue with Jason the past couple of streams on Gurr's. Like Jason has come in, Jason Torn, and he likes to argue with him. So, and he doesn't like to let anybody else. He just wants. Well, I want to answer his. I want to rebut his question or answer his question. He never lets anybody get involved ever. So, and that's what Gurr was complaining about. But of course, on Tangelo, he doesn't give a shit. He just wants to do what he wants to do, and he can't be polite to people. And then Peter jumps in, Peter interrupts, and so then it's just turns into a mess. So yeah,
I noticed how we were talking to Dr. Josh, and it was a pretty good ways into the discussion. You know, you see old Changelo popping up, making all these huge sweeping statements about how reliable and faithful the Old Testament is, blah blah blah. You know, just trying to make the discussion about him.
Yep.
Yeah.
And here we
Good
have
evening.
Good
Hey,
morning.
midnight.
How you
My-
doing?
My favorite Smoky Whisperer.
The-
Yeah.
well, wait. If I'm a Smoky Whisperer, that means I understand Smoky better than other people.
Yeah. Yep. You must, because yeah, we won't get into it. How you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm about to do some exercise. I figured I'd come in a little bit.
In other words, you're avoiding exercise.
You know what, Scott? Well played.
Yep. Yeah, that's it.
Well played, Scott.
Gonna exercise right after this. So, anyway, did you want to talk about any of those links, Scott, that you put up?
Wait, who's Scott?
Scott
Who?
David.
Yeah, Scott
I don't
David.
know. I don't know any Scotts.
Scott
Like,
David.
oh, all I see is that hyena. Who's Scott?
You know,
He's
the Latin word for hyena is Scott. Not many people know that.
Yeah, sure, Scott.
Well, let's see. Let's look at the other links that I put out there.
You know
Okay,
what?
so
I'll
we
be
talked
back. I'll be back after I'm done working out, because Scott called me out.
That's right. I know exactly what you were doing. Well, there's
Okay.
a link to an article on MSN about touring Tutankhamun's lost city, which is just lots of photos. It's like a slideshow, and it just shows some great things they've excavated in the city that Tutankhamun apparently ran or inherited, and it's just something to look at. And did I put a link to William Deaver in the description?
Let's see. I believe you did, but
Yeah, there was a video that really talks about in some detail and about the Exodus and what really happened, what the archaeologists have discovered. Basically, the approach for so long has been the old Bible in one hand and spade in the other hand, and trying to make what you're digging up refer to the Bible, when it just doesn't necessarily do that. And so people like archaeologists like Israel Finkelstein and William Deaver took the opposite approach and decided to let the archaeology speak for itself, to discover the stuff you discover and put that together with the context of other things that we know that were happening at that time period, and let the archaeology tell the story. And that deals with the Exodus and what they think really happened and things like that. So that's something I would definitely check out, because I already did check it out, and I say it's interesting if you're into ancient history and things like that. And I'm looking at this book, and I really want to buy it. It's by Joel Baden, called The Historical David, the real life of an invented hero. And it says, in The Historical David, Joel Baden reveals that in David's case, the Bible is political spin, the goal of which is to absolve David of any potential guilt and to show him in a positive light. Through deep textual analysis, Baden reveals how the historical David has been painstakingly and successfully diminished, replaced by the portrait of a glorious king we are now familiar with. So that is some controversial stuff, and I haven't heard anything from it, and I'm hoping maybe Dr. Josh, when he decides to go for a walk, or if he decides to go for a walk today, will join us and let me know what he thinks of Baden's approach to that. I just hate to buy books that that are wacky, that are too wacky, but controversial I don't mind.
Okay, and then Topdawg put out about 10 links. Playing with time. Let's see. Yeah, we can't predict earthquakes. Creature that stumped Darwin. Oh, was that the raccoon? The raccoon dog hyena? The creature that stumped Darwin or Darwin?
Oh, no.
Oh, that was a different one. Okay, platypus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
It's like a weird elephant, rhino, hippo thing.
Yep. So there's a whole bunch of links there. And let's see. Smokey Saint and SFT were going at it. SFT did some kind of a comeback with Praise, and Praise apparently is a young Earth creationist now, which is really weird to me.
Yeah. Well,
He was an older.
He changes his mind every time he wipes his ass. So why is that kind of weird? I mean, right? He just keeps. The one thing with everything. Yeah.
The one thing he stuck with the longest is that he wasn't a yak, but then now he's flipped on that. And I think he flipped on it because Smokey started talking about it, so Praise couldn't, had to flip to the other side somehow. I don't know. I'm not sure what happened, but anyway, so but watching SFT and Smokey go at it, two totally uninformed people, though SFT is very polished, much more polished, but neither really knows enough to even discuss the subject. So it's interesting. There's that going on. And what else was there? Neff did a few streams. And that's about it for the weekend, other than Dessel Dre's, or not Dessel, but Gourmania pretty much dominated the internet. For the entire weekend, he used all the bandwidth so nobody else could do any shows.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
And Dessel was having
cancer. Don't forget that.
So Dessel did like a 1 hour stream and only 11 minutes got posted, apparently. Something
That
like
would make me mad.
Yep. Yeah, and other than that, I don't have a hell of a lot today. I just it is Labor Day. I have to do intense labor all day. And I don't wanna. But
And you can never tell a lady how bad it was, because then they'll talk about going into physical labor or baby labor, and then you don't feel as impressive.
Yep. So if a young Earth creationist were to go through the history of the Bible and start reading about the text and what we know about archaeology, like we've got like evidence of civilizations that happened right around the time of the flood.
The flood was supposed to be, yeah.
Yeah, and if the flood was like they say, all that shit, if the civilizations happened before the flood, then all of that stuff should be at the bottom of the Grand Canyon somewhere, packed up in a bunch of mud. And instead we have archaeological evidence of these civilizations not having had any flood at all, just existing continuously. And apparently, the other theory is that they popped up after the flood, which means every family would have to have like 30 babies, and all of them would have to survive and thrive. It just doesn't make any sense at all. I don't understand how they can read that stuff, and that's probably why they don't like Dr. Josh, right?
I've seen them criticize Dr. Josh for some reason.
I've seen that on Praise.
More about the slavery and things. The flood geology, they still have people like Erica and others to criticize. So, by the way, speaking of flood and creation, pretty soon she's going to have a 2-hour documentary on her visit to the Creation Museum and the Ark Encounter.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm a Patreon, so I got to see that.
Yeah,
did
a great job on it. So be looking for that.
Yep.
And I want to talk to the side chat real quick and just remind them that you are our official storm spotters, and if you find anything out there that's interesting, that's related to a science or biblical history or anti-creationism or a topic like that, some sort of philosophical angle to it, whatever, don't forget to bring your own links and recommendations.
So, Speed, you remember the guy, one of Sal's buddies, that Sandy Pigeon guy, right? You've heard him. He's got a PhD in theology, right?
Right, right.
He's would be kind of like the opposite, isn't? I mean, I've only listened to him chat on Sal's channel a little bit, but he's kind of like the opposite of what you're saying. Like he's started studying like history and in archaeology, and that's
Yeah,
what convinced him, right? He's kind of
yeah,
like the
yeah.
opposite, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And yeah, it'd be interesting to listen to some of the shit he came up with because interesting to figure out how they apologize for the archaeology. I don't know. Hey, Brain Bug.
Yeah, he's only talked about a little bit, so I don't know what, I don't know much of what convinced him. So I don't, you'd have to interview him basically to figure it all out. Yeah.
I'm
Hey,
thinking
everybody.
you oh, go ahead, Brainbug.
I'd say just saying hi. Hi, y'all.
Hi,
How we
hi.
doing?
What you been up to? What do you got for us?
Oh, nothing. I just today's the day I don't have to work during this time, so it's like, yeah, I'm gonna go jump into the weather report and say hi to everybody because I hardly ever
That's
get to
right.
anymore.
Yes.
We are glad you're here because I kind of miss having you hang around.
I miss
Yeah.
hanging around. I'd much rather be doing this than what I'm usually doing during this time of the day.
There's always a situation where we go, damn, I wish Brainbug was here.
Yeah,
You've got a place in our community.
that's awesome. I'm so glad to hear that. Did you write any of them down? I could deal with them now.
Unfortunately, I'm not that organized or
I keep showing
foresighted.
I keep showing all these microscope pictures of bugs, and you never comment on them in the side chat to tell. And people ask me, "What is that?" And all I've got for them is it's a bug.
Yeah.
it's a bug. But I got a lot of bugs. And now in the fall, these moths. Like I looked last night, and the bigger moths are starting to come out. We've had a very dry year, so the bugs around my lamp have really been very sparse this year for the first
Oh my
time.
gosh! I meant to tell you my butterfly bush. It's huge. It's like I have two of them actually. They're both about 12 feet tall now. Biggest butterfly bushes I've ever seen. I didn't even know they got that big. But the other night we were sitting on the patio and I looked over there and they were just covered with moths, like hundreds and hundreds of moths. Not just one species, like dozens of species. It was incredible. And I got a little video clip of it, but you can't see the moths very well.
Yeah. What is a butterfly bush? Ooh, my goodness. But Budleia? That thing? Butterfly bush.
Yeah, they're what's the species name on them? Let me see.
Oh my God, they have tons of flowers.
Yeah,
Budleia, I think.
The hummingbirds love them too. And during the day, they're just it's like bees and butterflies and beetles, and it's like a metropolis of insects in my backyard. It's really cool.
I gotta plant some of those. So they grow well in northern climate?
Yeah. This was I've had dwarf ones before when I lived in different places, but yeah, this one's the real deal, and it's growing huge, and I think you could probably grow them up in your neck of the woods too, Speed.
They call it a summer lilac.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So-
because it looks. If you look at the blossoms on them, they do look a lot like what a lilac looks like, but they last all summer long, and they're actually full big flowers if you get up close to them and look at them.
I gotta figure out how to get some of those because that would be great for my little moth collection. Of course, I do terrible things to insects in the backyard once in a while. Things that I just there's no defense for the number of bugs I kill. But
Well, I mean, I set light traps, and every time we go camping or anything, I set light traps too and kill things. It's how are you going to know what's out there if you don't set the traps?
Yeah.
I figure it's a means to an end if we can say, that this species is in this location, so we need to protect this location.
Yep. I've got about 8 or 10 containers in the fridge. I keep them frozen because they retain their color that way.
Yeah, keep them frozen.
Yeah, and I got to drag them out and look at them under the microscope, but I got too many plants right now because it's fall. So I'm going through millions of plants and trying to record it all.
I'm still working on a way to preserve a mantis's color. When I preserve it, they all turn brown, like all of them, and I have brightest, beautiful green mantis, and it will just turn ugly brown as it kind of the preservatives set in and it desiccates a bit. Unfortunate.
Even with freezing them, if you
I
freeze
haven't
them right
tried
away?
freezing them. So what do you do? So you freeze them? How do
put 'em in
you pose them and then freeze them? Because I do taxidermy. I do it.
Yeah, you would have to pose them and then freeze them rapidly before, because it takes about 12 hours. I had this beautiful green bug, and it just was, the color just totally went away within 12 hours because I didn't get it in the freezer. But I usually put them in a bag, because I don't pose them. You'd have to pose it before you froze it.
Pose it.
It's kind of hard to move them. Well, when you first unthaw them, they're still pretty pliable. You can still move them around a little bit. So
they keep the green color. You think?
I think it's much more likely that they will. I haven't actually tested it, but we'll see when
we're going to experiment. So because this next my new round of mantises are still babies right now, but I'll get to a point where there's going to be mortality, and then we'll try the preservation and see if they keep their color. That's an experiment we can do like freaking live. That's so cool.
Oh, let's see. What do we have going on here with Dessel Drace? He's talking about Nicholson, I think, or something. Danny, can you prepare a list of questions you'd be interested to ask? And
well, remember, Danny's going to be interviewing Nicholson on the 24th, I think.
Yeah.
So they're talking about that. I hope he saw that Nicholson lecture.
No, I think they're talking about Nietzsche.
Oh, now it's to Nietzsche. Boy, things move so fast. I can't keep up with that side chat.
Yep. Happening fast. Ooh, what happened here? Okay, back to my report. Okay. Anyway, yeah. God, there's so much to look at under the microscope. I just don't have the time. Someday we ought to get together, because you could probably tell me the names of a few of the things that I'm looking at.
I'm jealous of your microscope. I wish I had that. I bought one like off a Wish app kind of thing, and it wasn't very good.
Yeah, I got one at the Science Museum here in Minnesota that was pretty good, but it's nothing like the one my son's got me. This one is
that you, Snake? Are you right, Snake?
Hello, peasants.
Is it Snake?
It is me.
Yeah.
Is my voice changer working?
You have a voice. Are you doing that?
What?
Are you doing that with your voice, or is that like a modifier?
I've always been modifying it. This is my natural voice.
That's all. Okay. So
he's naturally modified.
Naturally modified.
You have a Sasquatch accent.
That is a
Sasquatch, mate.
You sound like a Sasquatch.
Sasquatch is a kind of bug that likes squash plants.
Yeah, I like squash. Sasquatch.
Sasquatch.
If I discover a new species of insect that likes squash, I'm going to call it that just for you.
Yep,
Sasquatch.
Thank you. That'd be great. Have you ever identified a new species?
No.
Yeah.
No, I know people who have, but I have not.
I swear the massive diversity of what I've collected, there has to be something in there that nobody's seen before. They're just incredible. And such strange structures, particularly around the head. Some of them look like that thing on the original Alien movie. And it's just incredible. It's amazing. They got their head kind of coming out of their head, and it's up on a stalk, and yeah, it's just bizarre. Some really, really odd looking things, eyes in really weird places, and all of that. But I was saying the bigger moths seem to be coming out now. Last night there were really a lot of big moths out compared to what I had before. They were all little.
Definitely take pictures of those. I love identifying moths.
Okay.
We get a grip a lot of large. I'm in the upper Midwest too, so we get a lot of the same fauna. I don't know all the species here, but moths are pretty diverse, especially plain colored ones that are just gray and mottled brown. But we have some gorgeous moths that we get from time to time too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm wondering how many genomes we've sequenced for insects, and I guess
we haven't even scratched the surface, wouldn't you?
I know. And God, that would be that is a really rich field for evolution right there. I'm sure they're going to find just a ton of stuff when they start looking into it. When we start doing some of these flies, these weird little flies that come around with the heads on stalks and stuff like that. Be very interesting to see what they're.
Do you get Luna moths up there? The big green ones with the like the swallowtail kind of thing going on.
Yes, I've seen them.
Yeah, I had one of them land in my hair when I was on vacation a couple weeks back. Just like landed in my hair, and I had a cup and I just scooped it up and took a couple pictures of it. I'll have to show them to you. But the biggest we get around here, I think, are the Polyphemus moths. They get about as big as your hand, like the wings sideways across my hand. They're pretty huge.
Last night I was working on a program at about 1 a.m, and it's really great that I look at my fingers a lot when I type, because a hornet crawled up on my keyboard.
A hornet, huh?
Yep. One of the evil ones. One of the really evil ones. But
that's a pretty big insect to be sneaking up on you like that.
I know, especially on your keyboard. I got a moth right here. I'm not sure if I can put them on screen, but I could try. Let's see, what do I got to do? What do I got to pay to get my microscope working? I'll work on it.
Did you break your microscope?
No, it's just that the microscope does not like it when I have my camera plugged in. The camera doesn't care, but the microscope does. And I don't know why that is. It just goes all to hell.
Do you ever, have you ever like caught caterpillars and raised them to see what they turned into? That was just one of my favorite things to do when I was a kid. I'd find some weird caterpillar and I'd take it and whatever plant it was on and put it in the thing and see if it would. I mean, half the time I killed them, but I was a little kid. But
yeah, I did a long time ago when I was a little kid, and I usually forgot about them. Yeah, and killed them, that sort of thing. But my sister had these weird little bugs that had orange spikes on them, and I found out they were ladybugs.
The nymph stage. Someone sent me a picture of those just the other day. It was like, hey, what is this?
Yeah, she sent me a bunch, and she sent them in the mail to me. Or no, she had my niece bring them up, and that was pretty cool.
So Snake was right. What's your favorite variety of mouse to swallow?
The ones with the fat butt.
There you go. Whoa.
Fat-butted dormice. Good
or
choice.
Those rats. Or those, is that a butt or balls? I don't know. Tasty either way.
That's what's important.
Why? You
looks like Drace wants a scary story from you, Brainbug.
Yeah, about ants. Well, I can say that the most horrific thing I know about ants is that driver ants have been documented to move into and consume unsupervised infants if they happen to catch scent of them. So they will eat human babies.
Where's this located?
Africa.
Yeah, I'm just staying away from Africa.
You can't be the hyena guy and not be in Africa. I'm sorry.
So what?
I said you can't be the hyena guy and not be in Africa.
Well, that's true. That's true.
There's not the spotted hyenas.
Problem
with striped hyena.
Labeling.
But that's about the most horrific thing I can think about ants doing. Do
they carry the baby away, or do they just like strip it of its flesh?
Well, they carry the baby away, but not in one piece.
Oh, that's bad. But the baby's okay, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The baby's fine. The baby's fine. Everybody. The baby went to live on a farm with a whole bunch of other babies and acres of babies playing.
Well,
Okay,
good. As long as we had a happy ending.
Happy ending is what we're looking for here.
Yeah.
So we got something on the screen here. Now it looks a little more rose at the center of the leaf than it actually is, but it definitely has rose overtones. But the outside of, or not the leaf, the wing. Been looking at plants too long.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
You recognize that one?
Do I recognize that one?
Yeah.
No, I couldn't identify that species from this picture. I don't think. Maybe. Oh, I thought it was a picture. Oh, yeah. If you can turn it up.
Yeah, that's kind of the top of them. So
yeah, there we go. That's a little better. Because you always want to try to get a dorsal view of Lepidopterans when you're trying to ID them. That's the best view to get.
That's a little hard to do with the way he's dried out here.
Yeah.
So I could.
You got what are the little glass plates that you could lay on top of him?
The what?
The little plates that come with your microscope. You got any?
Oh, slide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They want on top of it, maybe. Flatten them out.
See. Yeah, that's a little.
Red pink is interesting. Is it as pink and real?
I think that's a camera problem. Yeah, it's got pink hairs on the ass. So those are pink hairs, and the camera's making them a little more lurid. I can turn down the. Hang on a second here if I can look at them. You see that? Yeah,
very
definitely.
psychedelic.
They're pink hairs. So let me turn saturation down a little bit here and try to get a little more true color. Yeah, that's pretty much what it looks like. That is interesting. Huh?
How big is it?
It is, oh God, I don't know. I'm really shitty at 3 millimeters, maybe, or let's say wingspan, probably centimeter. So it's pretty tiny. There's my finger. I'm gonna put my finger by it if I could. Let's see if I can.
I think what you have there is a
dirty fingernail.
Agrias cingulata. It's
How do you spell that? With an I?
Agri. Here, just let me share my screen.
Okay.
It's so beautiful.
It is. Ooh. Well, it doesn't have those segments.
No?
No, I don't think so. No. The segments are all kind of, well, maybe a little further up. Let me see if I can move it over here. It's pretty high magnification. Yeah, they're kind of pink, but not as.
Is it not that bright of a pink?
No, it's sort of more washed out. Well, yeah, there are other ones that are more washed out. So I'm trying to get the name of it.
Yours had it more on the tip too, didn't it? On the.
Yeah, it definitely had the tufts on the. Yep.
Let's keep looking. Yeah. I'll show
Definitely.
you guys how we do
Pink
this.
Pink on the wings. And let me see if I wonder if I can flatten him out.
Obviously, it's not this little fella. These are gorgeous, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Oh, I got him flattened out now. No, he's not staying that way. Oh, no, he is. Well, I flattened him a little too much, maybe. Let's see here if I can get a good picture of the wing. Yeah, that's pretty good. Ooh, I busted a wing. I broke a wing off.
Well, I mean, they're freeze dried. It's going to happen.
So he's got pink on the inside. Yeah, he's got some pink on the thing, so you might be right about that. You might be related. But I think that's
I was looking at the pink stripe and or the pink section, and then the gray, and then the white section, and the gray section, and the pink section again. But is that broken off at the end there where it's the darkest pink? Is the rest of his abdomen been snapped off?
no, the abdomen is intact.
So he's got a really short abdomen. Okay.
Yep. And this is the so that's the bottom wing. And this is the top wing. Let me see if I can move this thing. My camera's backwards, so it's hard for me. Okay, that's a picture of the top wing. So the top wing has yellow on it and some kind of grayish. Let me take a look at that, or brownish. So brown. So it's kind of a yellowish brown on top, and then the lower wings have the red on them. And then
I'm thinking maybe like a catocala, but catacalas usually have like a pattern in the red.
Well, there's a little bit of there are rays of red on it. Let's see. I can also.
There's some different here we go. Is it something like maybe like this, but it doesn't have that red on the abdomen?
Let's see. Nope.
Nope. Those are like, yeah. This is the catocala, but it's patterned usually down at the bottom. Not too many moths with red on them. So at least not up in Minnesota.
Neat.
Fugliosa. Oh, what is this one?
This is probably like killing your viewership. Everybody's probably fleeing like, oh, they're trying to identify a moth.
Yeah, what the hell? They love to abandon me anyway. They hate me. Yeah, yep, not that one.
No, that's pretty though. I wish it was that one. Those are adorable.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah, looks like you want like a plushie.
I'm looking for moth with ruby brushes on the tail, or ruby spikes, ruby hairs.
So it's more red than pink in real life, then.
That is the tail is actually pretty pink.
Pretty pink.
Yeah. Well, it's more red than pink. So I don't know. I've changed my color.
It's on the abdomen. No, I haven't seen a single moth with it on the abdomen.
Yeah, no.
Hummingbird moths.
Trying to find them. I don't know. Oh well, we'll work on this one.
Yeah.
It's on the video, so you could review it. If you need that.
You got me stumped. So this will be fun. I like not knowing and having to investigate. I might actually use this for something. So. Yeah.
Put him back on there. There he is. We'll crank him up. I'll take a look at other parts of him. I got to turn the light up.
He's got some big old eyes on him too.
Yep. Yeah, he's been on my table for a week, so he's starting to dry out a little bit. That is antennae. He's got a little red on his head, and it's pretty cool. I thought he was pretty.
It's definitely interesting looking.
Yep.
That red on the end is. Yeah. I'll be right back.
He's going to get one out of his tank, right? Anyway, anybody have any content for us?
Oh, there's supposed to be content?
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of you here. You must have some goddamn thing that's going on in your lives.
I was actually going through Kip Davis's the comments on his Josh McDowell video, just seeing what kind of comments he got from it. Most of them were positive. I don't know. Actually, I think all of them were positive. A couple were just blandly disapproving.
On the video we did?
No, the one on Josh McDowell, Kip Davis.
Yeah. Okay. I had the wrong Josh. I didn't hear the last part of what you said. Yep. So Praise and SFT did that comeback thing on Smokey, and they referred to the video, and they never showed the title of the video. Just started talking about the video in the comments. Never put it in the description. Never give us any. And it's like, and I just shut it off. I figured, fuck you guys. You know, if you can't consider that your viewers may actually want to go out and view the source of something, you know,
Right.
it's just like, my God, they're not very good with source methods at all. They just don't get that part of the whole argument thing, right? If you're gonna make a damned argument, you gotta have source.
They're not privileged enough, and I guess what I would used to say, blessed enough to have somebody who every time you mention anything on the web says link. So
who's that?
They need a supervising link demander.
I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, I think Praise is he's doing another one, like another a rebuttal, I guess you'd call it, a review, or another one right now. It's like,
oh, he is?
He just keeps doing them on Smokey, just all the time. Yeah, like every day now, he's doing them. So,
I guess
don't ask me
apparently,
why.
Apparently, Smokey got under his skin or something.
Yeah. Which is surprising because Praise doesn't even Smokey doesn't even mention Praise. He's only been kind of going after, you know, the yaks in SFT, really, not. So, but
right.
So, and Praise has only been a yak for a day or 2 days. Is that, I don't know. Like, you can't figure him out. So, yeah. But I think he's doing them just almost like because he feels bad for SFT. Like,
I think so. Yeah. Yeah. They picked on his buddy. So
yeah.
Like,
yeah. That's
really
kind of. Yeah, that's kind of the reason why he's doing it, I guess. That's the only thing that I can figure.
Yeah, that's why he switched to yak too, because it's that easy for him to switch.
Right, right, yeah.
I kind of switched the torso here a little bit, but I got him in a better position to look at other parts of him. But I think I'll quit fucking with him. Probably lose 10 viewers while we were doing this.
It almost does look like the rosy maple moth, though, like just one that's seen better days. The colors are yellow and the pink and the big eyes, and obviously the antenna are gone. But I can anticipate it had big fanny antenna. I'm so reluctant to idea it as that because the condition. Without seeing it in person, I don't know.
I bet I have more in the freezer because the odd thing is when I collect them, I put them in a big bag, put them in the freezer, and then I shake them up and into a pile. Then I cut the bag because the bag is like 5 feet across, and then I take that pile and dump them onto a piece of paper or tray, and almost invariably when I put them on the tray, I will find 3 or 4 of the same species in the same area, which is odd. I don't know, but I find a whole bunch of,
ecologically that's to be expected, though, right? They're going to thrive in the same environment, so.
Yeah, but I kind of shook them up. You think they would randomize a little bit, in the process that I have, but very often I'll have like 5, 6 of a particular kind, and moths tend to run in twos. I'll find 2 or 3 of them. And anyway, yeah, this is pretty cool. You can see the size that is a sewing needle, a very fine sewing needle that's stuck through them, so you can tell what the size of this is. And I think this is Max Mag right here. And I got to turn the
light. There we go.
Turn the temp up, get her back in focus. And of course, you got to focus when you're at this magnification. You have to mess with the focus a little bit. I kind of like to get the eye down, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do that. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, antenna are gone. The eyes are kind of drying out, so they get a little bit dull. But he's pretty tiny. He's not a huge moth. Otherwise, the eye would be gigantic. So. Anyway, it's got a lot of rows in them, which is
Yeah, if you look
interesting.
at some of these different pictures of the rosy maple, there's more of a softer pink and more of a muted yellow, like what you're seeing here. I'm really starting to think that might be
Okay.
what we're looking at here.
Well, sometime we'll do a video and we'll just screw around with these things. I'll see if I can get a few of them out. So, see, is that one of them?
Yeah, that's one. Yeah, it's a rosy maple. They people you can get a good really good pictures of them when they're vital, but
Yep.
yeah, the one that's been frozen and had lost its
Well, this
feathers
guy-
and antennas and
Yeah. I don't know what this guy looked like when he came right off the light. So anyway,
these are one of the coolest looking moths in North America. They look like they look like a plushie. They look like they'd be like cotton candy flavored. They're adorable. Look at that face. Goodness.
Yeah, those what are they, candy kisses or whatever? That's what he looks like. And I'm pretty sure I've had that flavor. I didn't realize what I was eating. Had no idea. Anyway,
Well, I guess I hijacked your stream for long enough. I'm gonna.
oh, fortunately you did, because we had nothing. we have nothing. We're going nowhere. We don't know what's going on today. I wasn't even going to do a stream. Wasn't even going to do a stream today. But I was looking at your channel. You got something coming up on Monotremes on the 27th.
Yes, it's I'm starting to do. It's a series on insectivorous mammals, and I'm starting with monotremes. I'll be doing follow it up with marsupials. Then we're gonna work our way up to xenarthrans, afrotheres, and then I'll probably divide laranjotheres up into some different groups. Yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Oh my God. What did I do? Stop it. Stop it, internet.
You gotta hit that set reminder so it dings you when it's gonna be on.
I think I get a ding every time you do something. So, and I've noticed you do a lot of really great stuff. I like your Conservapedia stuff. That's pretty cool. But I'm gonna put that at the top of my description so that people can watch out for it. But
yes, this is good. This is a really fun. It's only a few minutes, but I think it's pretty concise. I mostly talk about how monotremes really got going good about the same time as hymenopteran insects. So like wasp and bees and ants. Especially the echidna, because they evolved right alongside of them and kind of continue to do so, and that's their main source of food for most species. But I'm giving away all the details now. Watch the video.
Yep, video. Why the 27th? Why so long?
It's just the way that I have my stuff spaced out. My releases. I do every Friday. I do the crypto corner thing where I look at like cryptozoology stuff, and then every Monday I alternate between one of these science videos and the Conservapedia. So yeah, it's just the way things.
Cool.
Yeah, got some stuff coming up on the Tasmanian devil here, or I should say had some stuff coming up because it's 4 days ago now.
Deal with the devil.
Mm-hmm.
That one. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, it went right past the thumbnail and started dealing with the devil.
Yeah, I'm just gonna play, but
yeah.
Anyway, it's about some ecology stuff with them trying to bring Tasmanian devils back to the mainland. They're doing really good in this little preserve, but they put them on this little island a while back, and they killed all the little blue penguins, like all of them. There's no little blue penguins left on the island after they introduced the devils. So it's this delicate balance that we keep sticking our hands in, and we're like toddlers trying to figure out how to maintain these ecosystems. It's
really interesting that you actually use the phrase "introduce the devil." Right?
Yeah. I mean, right.
That's what they did with Japanese beetles and what is it? Those oh my God, what are they? They're orange, little orange beetles. What the hell are they called?
Well, we're having that problem with stink bugs too. I had just did a thing where I was talking about that too. These stink, well, they're here now. They're all over the place, but they kind of look kind of like the shield bugs that we're used to from the area, but they're a little bit bigger, and they have the triangle on their back's a bit different. But they're invasive, and they're basically pushing the native species out of their niche.
Yeah, box elder bugs is what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Sometimes our house is just covered in box elder bugs. And about 10 years ago or 20 years ago, it was covered in Japanese beetles. And they were all basically, they introduced the devil to Minnesota a couple times.
Yeah, well, look, there's the emerald ash borer too that's been introduced to Minnesota, right?
I love when they introduced kudzu to the south. That was incredible. If you go to North Carolina, basically that's all you see is kudzu. It's growing on the telephone lines. It's growing everywhere, and it grows, I think, at about 2 feet a day or something like that. Just covered. You got that down in Texas, Scott?
Not my particular area. Now, East Texas may be a different story. And in East Arkansas, I know along the Mississippi River, this one town, Helena, Arkansas, has this. You know, when I was last there, had huge kudzu issues. It was just climbing everything that wasn't well tended.
Yep. Yeah, I was in North Carolina and Charlotte. It was just covered, and they were cutting it off the power lines running across the road, and just amazing. And I believe that's where the snakes lived, because I was freaked out about snakes down there. I'd go for a walk on the campus at Wachovia Bank, and you'd be walking along the sidewalk, and there'd be a big copperhead sitting there, just like coiled up, like really like 5-6 feet long, big ones. And then they had these ponds, and they were filled with poisonous snakes.
Yeah, I lived in a town where, up in Oklahoma, where there's this one area where it was supposed to be a park, and it had a little, every once in a while it would have a waterfall, if the rainy season was good, and you'd walk through there and you'd see these little baby rattlesnakes just all over the place. Creepiest area I've ever been.
Yep.
Of course, I'm not a big, snake lover like brain bug or dragons in Genesis.
Yep.
That's offensive.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a snake was right lover, but yeah.
You're goddamn right.
Oh,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend the entire reptile community.
How to identify moths?
Goodness,
I
I can't sit down to do anything. I got all my kids and everybody in the house saying, "Dad, we want you." It's like, okay. So, thank you.
All right, Brian, bud, thank you for stopping by.
Yeah. It was good hanging out with you guys. I'll talk to y'all later.
All right.
Okay. Later.
Thank you.
Thank you and good night.
How to identify moths, and then what in the hell is going on? Everything has gone to hell. I think we should probably shoot it in the head. This is we're not coherent today, right? We're not to be trusted.
Yeah.
Well, I'm always working when you go live, so I had to just join it because I'm not working today.
Yep.
Well, Snake, what do you have coming up on your channel?
Yeah.
Couple things. I got a surprise for my 420 subs when I hit that.
The old 420? Yeah.
Yeah, a little surprise.
I think more people need to celebrate their 420.
So
some bigger things that are taking a lot longer, but
I think I'm gonna have a special 447 subs party, because it took forever to get there. To get from 440 to 447 took about 2 months. I'm really.
Why do the landmark sub numbers have to always end with some string of zeros?
Yeah.
That's just that's some sort of numbers bias or numbers prejudice or something.
Yeah, and what the fuck is a zero? It's nothing.
Why
It's
privilege the zero?
Yeah.
Bastard number.
Yeah, I don't like it. Don't like it.
But 420 is a great number, even though it ends with a zero.
Yep. I'm trying to find the video that Topdawg brought to us from Snake Was Right's channel, but I can't. Where the hell is it?
What are you looking for?
Topdawg brought us a video from your channel, I think.
Oh,
somebody did.
That looks.
I think Topdawg is providing it for you.
Oh.
Look at the private chat.
Absolute history fail. Nephilim Free says, "What about weapons?" That one.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yep.
Shut up, baby. I know it.
Where do people get those clever little clips that they insert, in the middle of copyright free? Where do you get all those clips from?
Probably YouTube could be, or there's a list on somebody makes online, or
YouTube has a little thing, don't they?
You can do it yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go to soundboards and download clips, or I just clip them off of YouTube.
Yeah. They're okay, but like on Standing for Truth's channel, he uses the same ones to the point of aggravating the hell out of me. After a while, it becomes aggravating. When you're actually trying to follow something. But I mean, sometimes like the way Erica used them on this video she just did, where they were just perfectly timed and they were appropriate and they're pretty cool. But I don't know.
That's the way the news goes.
Yep, there's an example.
I can't remember who does it the most, but it's from that one that comedy medical show. I can't remember. Wrong. Wrong. I love that one. Whenever anybody uses that. Scrubs. Yeah. Thank you.
Is that it? I don't remember for sure.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys don't have anything, I can ask Scott about all the research he's been doing on the New Testament.
There you go.
Actually, I've been
Old Testament.
Doing Old Testament stuff.
It's been mostly Old Testament stuff for you, Heard.
But like Dr. Josh always says, I'm not an expert. So
yeah, well, I mean, I'm not saying you have to be an expert or anything. You're obviously somebody who takes an interest in the topic, so it's always good to see what you've been learning and how you make sense of things and stuff like that.
Hey, Dessel Drace. Guess what?
Know.
What?
Guess what, Dessel? There's no fucking videos on your channel at all. Zero.
I know.
0 videos on your channel.
That's correct.
Okay.
Your powers of observation serve you very well, Speed.
So you did all these papers and you're going to share them with me when?
So how many days is 82 years?
How many days is it? I don't fucking know, but a long time. Is that how long it's going to take?
Figure that out and get back to me.
So
get your shit together.
Yeah. So basically, Dessel, you just love shouting into the void.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm used to it.
Is that a Nietzsche thing or something?
Yeah, I think for most of Nietzsche's life, he was pretty much stuck writing into the void.
Yeah. Okay. I get it.
Is this number pretty close?
Yeah, there you go.
Probably 20 years.
29,930 days.
Yeah, exactly.
You hit that. Give me a little speed.
Those are rookie numbers.
That's how many years?
A few more days.
Just round it up to 30,000. That'll be close enough.
Jesus Christ, I'm at 25,811 already.
You're a
pretty
baby. You're a baby.
I'm going to be there soon.
Yeah, just stay focused on your goal there of 29,930.
Yep. I'll make it.
All right, Scott. So hit me with some Old Testament stuff. I'm more New Testament. Like I've read a bunch of stuff on the OT, but that's definitely not my strong suit. My strong suit is a lot more NT. So hit me with some stuff.
I don't know as far as numbers and stuff. It's hard to memorize for me. But what I've been learning lately is to look at the where the archaeology leads before you worry about what the Bible stories say. I was really amazed at the Elephantine papers and how they reveal a Yahweh cult that, and I don't mean cult in the sense of a controversial evil group, like we have here with the Nexum people or David Koresh. I just mean a practice of religion that looks to both Jerusalem and Mount Gerizim, up in Samaria, for permission to build a temple to Yahweh, in which other gods besides Yahweh were also worshipped. And there are several sites around Palestine like that. And to me, that's fascinating. That it puts the time that Israel's worship was like the worship of Judaism that we know much later, and to me that's fascinating. And to get it in our heads that the religion we grew up was not as pervasive across the land. That's the religion we grew up with. Our conception of Old Testament Judaism, like you get in the New Testament, was not as pervasive as far back as we would have thought.
Gotcha, bitch.
Exactly. Thank you for that underscore. Snake was right.
So was this alternative temple primarily a diaspora Jew project, or was it something that was undertaken by Jews who were still indigenous to the area?
Well, I think it was diaspora. I think they came from, a group of people that were that left, before they could be taken into exile. There were a group of Jews who were probably I think they were commissioned to work with the Egyptian army to bolster the border between Egypt and Ethiopia, and so they had kind of a colony down there of people who shared their particular faith. But deeper than that, I don't know. And I could, like I say, I could have misimpressions of it. It's just going to be a course of study that I dive into after I get more used to the current conceptions of the Israeli religion, according to what the archaeology seems to reveal.
Smokey is bringing some strong evidence for the supernatural here. I see that he brought Gandalf in the flesh.
Yeah,
Okay.
I thought that was kind of cool. So his name is Eric Jewell, aka Wolf Bitten. Have you ever? I've never seen him before.
I've seen that name.
Is anybody else?
I've never seen him.
Yeah,
I feel like I've seen that name Wolf Bitten before in like side chats or something.
So James is tired, isn't he? An atheist? Have you seen that?
I don't think so. I
I've
thought he
seen
was.
that James is tired. It could be. I could.
Yeah, I've seen him, but I couldn't tell you if I don't know him. So I've seen him in side chats before, but I don't really know him. Never seen him on a stream or anything.
Have you, Scott? Have you checked out like a couple of things about Genesis in the Old Testament, like tracing Yahweh back to a Canaanite pantheon? Is that still something that scholars are arguing for?
I think that point of view is still held. I'm reading that book called the nature and character of God, about their Israelite religion by Ted Lewis. And he talks about the origin of El, and El in the Hebrew, the corresponding deity is basically named Il in some of these Canaanite areas, and took a very similar role in the pantheon as El in the I guess we could call it the ancient Israelite religion.
Yep. Yeah, and they're supposed to have
your guy.
Exactly.
And Yahweh and Baal are supposed to be like brothers, and Yahweh is like the bull god. And isn't Baal also supposed to be like symbolized by a bull amongst other things? And the whole like story about Yahweh transcending El and becoming the most high god by defeating like Leviathan and the behemoth and shit like that.
Yeah, I think Baal did the same thing to the corresponding El in the Canaanite religion. Yahweh was, I think, one of the councils of, in the divine council with El at the top. El took a kind of a behind position, a behind the scenes position, and that elevated Yahweh to take up more of those tasks that were usually ascribed to El. So, which is a common pattern in the religions around ancient Near East, where you'd have these two mama papa kind of gods, and then a whole host of other minor gods that then rise into prominence, normally when like one city state or one empire would become the prominent religion or the prominent political mover. They would also become the prominent religious mover as well, is my gathering of it.
One last one for you. In what you've been studying so far, during the period of the Maccabees, and directly after that, like just before the onset of Christianity, during that period of time, how pervasive is Hellenic influence for Middle Eastern Jews?
I think it's more preeminent than we like. Well, than let's say I would have liked to realize when I was a young fundamentalist Christian. But there were a lot of Hellenized Jews out there, and they had varying degrees of. I'm going to use the word faithfulness, although I hate that sounds like a derogatory comment, and it's not. It's just reflects.
Okay, what are we watching here? I see Smokey. I see a very old man.
Hold on, Midnight.
Hold on.
Go ahead. Sorry.
We had, they had varying degrees of close conformity to the Jerusalem style of Judaism.
Well, I want to congratulate you. I'm going to take my internet ritual weapon from Snake, and I'm going to dub thee with an internet PhD for the work that you've been doing.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Okay, seriously,
I'm honored.
What is up with the Steve McRae lookalike?
Yeah, I don't know. I just spotted him. I thought I'd put him on the screen, see if anybody knew what he was what he was. He's a very interesting looking dude. He looks like Steve McRae is going to look in another 10, 20 years, maybe.
Right?
Yeah. That's pretty cool. Oh, Praise is going on about something over there. I'm not sure what it is. Is he still going? Let's see. Deep grammar check Genesis. Who cares? Nobody cares.
Yeah.
One of Joe Patrick is going to have a stream on it later. He tends to monitor Praise, and then Jefferson Spatchcock seems to be a monitor of Tom Rabbit's monitoring of Darth Dawkins.
Well, no. Jeff monitors Darth Dawkins himself. Like, you know what I mean? Tom Rabbit is just collateral damage, I guess. No, that's not right.
I'm looking at a biology book.
I'm so surprised by that. I did not know you had a interest in biology.
Yeah, I've got a couple of books on biology.
You wouldn't have known it by the way you spend your time, the things you talk about, and the way you spend your money.
Yeah, and I never tried to spin off into a biology topic. I never tried to segue into biology. Never. I never do that.
At all. Never.
I would never do that to you guys.
Speed.
What's up, Midnight? How's your workout?
It was good. I just got done taking a shower as well. That was nice.
You got a couple of those 2-pound weights that you lift, or
5. Thank you very much.
are they really 5 pounds?
Yes. Also, I did the elliptical.
Okay.
Well, we're proud of you, and we think more of us ought to be like you.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think Speeds believes me that much.
Believe you? That
Yeah.
You work out? Yeah, I don't believe you walk.
Hey! I've gone for walks. I've become immutable the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, at least you don't fucking call me while you're walking like he does. It's his favorite thing to do is to call me 5 times while he's walking. And it sounds like he's eating crackers the whole time because I don't know what the hell he's doing. What kind of a setup he has, but it is just like that's all you can hear is it's like fuck.
Yep.
Topdawg Shadic is he's developing himself into a regular Dwayne Johnson. He says in the private chat he's got a 50-pound vest with 10-pound ankle and 5-pound wrist weights.
I gotta pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers.
Okay,
you can buy a weighted vest. I didn't know that.
Yeah, for sure.
Know, ever since CrossFit came out, they're everywhere.
Well,
Weighted
okay.
vest.
I just like to say, Topdawg is Goku.
Yeah, I've got the ankle weights, but not the vest. I made a set of boots that had dumbbells running through them, so you could actually put like weights on them.
Wait, are you more Vegeta? Topdawg, who do you think you are, Vegeta or Goku, or any of the? Who are you? Topdawg.
Topdawg's gone.
What? Forgot I was on mute.
You forgot you were here, didn't you?
Yep.
That happens. Happens to me all the time. It's happened to me about 5 times during this stream.
So what do you want?
Who do you see yourself as? Goku, Vegeta, Hercule, Krillin?
Myself is what I see myself as.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Okay. You know what?
It's not all about the fucking internet.
No, it's not the internet. Okay, look, Topdawg, who's your inspiration?
Myself.
Okay, whatever.
My inspiration is my mommy.
Wow.
My mommy's my inspiration.
I have been watching Boruto episodes in the last couple of days.
Oh, C.
Dragon Ball Super's better.
Apple TV has a series called C. Has anybody watched it?
No.
I watched the first 15 minutes of the first episode, and only stopped.
Further.
No, I was just really tired last night when I was watching it. I thought, I'll have to catch this later.
Yeah, it gets. It takes half an episode, I think, and by the 3rd episode, you can't stop watching. I was up till 2:30 watching it last night.
Wait, hold on. Is this on Hulu? It's just called letter C.
No, SEE.
Oh,
SEE.
C.
It's about humanity. They're blind after hundreds of years after this virus afflicts everybody.
Yeah,
and it's starring Jason Momoa.
Wow, it sounds like a series right up my alley. Where's it on?
Apple TV.
Apple TV. Apple TV has got some great
Screw
shit
that
coming.
noise.
Oh man, they're kicking Netflix ass as far as quality goes. Netflix was really good for a while, and then they decided they didn't want to be good anymore. But now Apple TV has kind of taken the top, pretty much taken the top seat, I think. Man, they have some good stuff, and they're doing Foundation by Asimov on the 24th of this month. So,
okay, I think. Wait, isn't C from 2019, or did I find the wrong thing?
it might well be because there's 2 seasons, so I just found it for some reason. I don't know. And my son's just found it too. Turns
yeah,
out,
there is 2 seasons.
yeah, I started watching it, and then they probably get the same recommendations I do. But anyway,
Yeah,
but I
a
found out
virus
they were
has
watching it.
decimated. A virus has decimated humankind. Those who survived emerged blind. Centuries later, when twins are born with the mythic ability to see, their father must protect his tribe against a threatened queen. Ooh.
Yep, because they think they're witches because they can see, and it's got some really interesting things like how they search the forest for people with these whips by whipping back and forth. They've got all these really interesting adaptations.
It's really disturbing that you put it that way because wow, Jesus Christ! Like,
What do you do? What the fuck's your problem?
No, you said you said that they see them as witches, right? Because they could see.
Well, that's the plot. That's the premise.
Yeah.
Of
I
the
know,
show.
I know, but it gets me thinking. How people have always done that, right? They always think there's something that's different.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I'm literally different. I'm an albino, for fuck's sake.
Yeah,
You know what I
always,
mean?
yeah,
I'm the definition.
And everybody knows that albinos are witches.
No, we're vampires.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. Anyway. Yep. Yeah, if you come to Minnesota, we'd probably burn you at the stake.
Well, you know what? Good thing. I'm not coming to Minnesota. If I do come to Minnesota, I'll disguise myself. So I can come to your house and steal all your books. I want those books. I don't give a shit. I have nowhere to put them, but I want your books.
Right about the time I have to move, I'm going to call you up and say, hey, Midnight, I got all these books for you. Bring a truck. And then somehow I'm going to divert you into the place I'm moving to. Hit you over the head, duct tape you, put you in my trunk, and then unload the books. Because
you know what? I'm staying away from you.
I got all these friends now this is 20 years ago when I had probably half as many books as I have now. And when
I can see through you, Midnight. Okay, in what way? Okay.
Yeah, see right through you. And so every time they hear that we're moving, all of a sudden they have engagements out of town, or they got the flu, or nobody wants to help me move.
Sorry.
Yeah, problem. Can we shoot it in the head, guys?
I mean, no.
Why? Okay.
This is where the fun begins.
This is where the fun ends. I'm sorry, Brenda.
You, Snake, you've been debating any commies lately?
I've been trying.
Yeah,
They're
himself.
like the least willing to debate.
You're like a conservative.
Wait, Snake, aren't you a commie?
I used to be a huge commie, and now total 180.
Yep.
Really?
Okay, what changed?
He's a capitalist now. He learned some economics.
I used to be a
and some
capitalist, and now
history.
I'm a commie.
Yeah.
Let me see.
I
I debated Leo a while ago.
Interesting.
I did the opposite 180.
Wait, why are his eyes yellow?
Whose?
Oh, they're black.
No,
Black.
I'm talking about the character that Topdawg posted in the side.
Oh,
I didn't see him. Topdawg posted a character in the side. I don't know what you're talking about.
The private
The
chat.
image.
oh.
Private chat? Who the hell
Yes.
posted in private chat?
I don't know. Topdawg did.
What's wrong with you guys? Oh my goodness.
All right, fair
Looks
enough.
like a snake person.
So you can buy a 50-pound vest. What does that cost?
$50.
Not a whole lot. I think one time my vest is like 60 pounds. So, and I don't remember it costing me a whole lot. That was back when I was in a exercise and keto combination thing.
I'm more interested in the wrist, ankle and wrist weights because those muscles don't get worked out well, and that's what causes things like loss of balance. So you have to work out. You have to work out really strained small muscles in your legs to get really good balance and stuff.
Well, you go up and down stairs and stuff, don't you?
Yeah, but that's the ordinary shit you do. If you do it over and over again, it's like bricklayers, right? They're really, they really get beefed up. but they've got all these small peripheral muscles that aren't
Man,
getting
that
any
sentence is so weird.
exercise at all. And what happens is they'll end up, in old age, they'll end up pulling those small muscles and just getting all fucked up, and then they can't move anymore. You have to work on all of the muscle, particularly the little ones, the ones that often don't get worked out.
I was a bricklayer for a long time.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, bricklayers can really fuck their bodies up. I know.
I fucked up my back and I got out of it.
Yep. Yeah, and if you had worked, if you had really strong abs, if you'd like really worked out your abs, you probably would have saved your back.
Yeah, that's possible. I mean, I tried to do it after the fact, but then the damage was already done.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is that it healed. And way back when I did it back in the 90s, so it was quite a long time ago. And back then, they weren't that great with backs. Like,
yeah,
you know, they wouldn't compared to what they are today. I mean, they're doing back surgeries, and a lot of them are very successful, and you know, very small and small incisions, and they're doing them, you know, the repairs so you recover really fast and all that. But back then, I mean, they didn't want to do shit. They never wanted to do surgery unless you were like, well, at least the doctors that I went to, they wanted me, you know, they asked me if I was losing bodily functions, which, you know, in some cases that can happen, right? That can start affecting, I don't know, I guess your kidneys and whatever, right? So
that's all they cared about.
Well, they said if because I was so young that when it happened, they said, okay, if you're not having that bad of a problem, you shouldn't have the surgery. I only had one doctor that said, oh, you should have the surgery, and he was pretty good. But like I said, back then they didn't do it that much in the early 90s. You know, late 80s, early 90s. So, yeah.
Medicine in the United States is pretty much, let's wait until you have a heart attack or cancer, and then we'll get serious.
Yeah.
You know, after the fact. Other than that, they don't really give a shit about anything. And it takes an act of God to get them to put you in a CAT scan and find out what the fuck's really going on, you know?
Yeah. And the strange thing is that not one doctor, I saw all kinds of doctors and did everything possible to fix it. And not one doctor ever said that, you know, if I stopped doing what I was doing, right? I was a bricklayer at the time. If I stopped doing that, get out of the business, you know, it would heal eventually. Like, you know, it could heal, might take like 5 or 6 years for it to heal, but there's a good chance it would. Not one doctor ever said that to me. And the funny thing is I got out of the business for 5 years and it healed on its own. And a friend of mine who I went to high school with, same exact age, had the same thing happen to him probably 10 or 15 years later than it happened to me. And they told him that. And I said, geez, the funny thing, not one doctor ever told me that, but they told him that 10, 15 years later. And that's exactly what happened to me. It took like 5 years and it healed. So it was kind of a weird thing, like, you know, so, but I had like I had a herniated disc and a bulging disc or something, like two of them were, you know, fucked up, but eventually they did heal on their own. And I've been pretty good. I don't really have, you know, I have normal back problems, like, you know, any normal person. If you're not in good shape, you know, you might get a sore back, but I don't have the problems that I had then. So it definitely healed for sure.
I apologize. I got to ADHD segment this over. I had one last question for Scott, and after I listen to his answer, I'm going to roll. Oh, shit. Give me 1 second. I have to remember what the fucking question was.
Oh, you got to go do another video that doesn't exist.
Soon. I might do one more tonight, but I'm kind of annoyed that I just read that 30 fucking page paper and it got cut off at 11 minutes. So I might, we'll see what happens. I might do one more.
Who cut you off?
The fucking StreamYard. It just disconnected on me.
Oh, do you have the free version or?
Yeah, I do free version.
Yeah, well, that's what you get. Yeah.
What the fuck was the question? I'll come back in a second. Oh, there it is. Okay. So Scott, you were talking before about Baden's book arguing that David is depicted in this way deliberately to paint him in a positive light. So there's that story though about him sending the wife's husband out to battle so that he dies, and then that way David can have the wife all to himself. So I'm wondering, like, do you know how Bodden would respond to that? Because that doesn't seem to paint David in a very positive light.
I'm not sure, because I'm looking forward to reading the book, but I did find a YouTube video of just one of them about that particular topic, with Baden. So let me grab that and I will link it for you so you can see if he deals with it there.
Cool, thank you.
Is it in our links or not?
No, because I wasn't really planning on talking about it, and I'm glad somebody brought up the topic. It's fascinating.
Hello,
I have a question too.
I'm back. I was, cooking something.
You were gone?
Well, yeah, you didn't notice. I did. I didn't interrupt anybody.
Now that Midnight's back, it's time to shoot it in the head.
Yep.
Wow, fuck you.
It is.
Shoot it in the head.
Okay.
We're waiting for Scott.
I'm sorry, I clicked too much, so now I have to hit the back button.
Thus,
all right, so let's put this in the private chat.
So our guest speaker today.
Oh, you can hear
right in, fortunately for us.
All right, there you go. It's from 2014. It's called "The Historical David: The Real Life of an Invented Hero." It's
Wait,
about.
has Lisa ever been on here?
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Hey, no problem. Hey, Lisa.
Hey, no, I haven't been on here. I've been on Ger's streams, but not here. How you doing, guys?
No, you were on here Friday, I think, or Saturday. Saturday night at the Atheist. Yeah.
Yes.
You were on Saturday.
Please help me.
I don't remember. I'm an old man.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've got a memory problem, so sorry about that.
Lisa, for about 30 minutes here earlier, Danny was in the back room, and that's where he stayed.
Oh my God! There are a couple of people I can't stand on YouTube. I don't really let them get to me.
Yeah.
At least I can't stand me.
But people who don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah.
Like, I think it was yesterday, Otangelo asked me what a protein was, and that just took me aback. I mean,
oh yeah, I heard that one.
It wasn't that I didn't know what a fucking protein was. I was just like,
why are you asking that?
exactly. Like, why are you asking that? We aren't even talking about fucking protein.
Yeah. Proteins are those things you need 20 grams of every day, according to my workout regime.
And what exactly kind of answer would that question have? Because it's a protein. It's pretty broad, right? What is a protein?
Well, see, here's the question I've always had. What is the difference between the proteins you get from food and the proteins your body makes, or is there literally no difference?
They're different proteins, but
there's not just one definitive protein molecule.
Well, no, I know there's not just one protein, but
okay, the way you want to ask that is, what is the difference between the amino acids your body makes and the amino acids you get in your diet? And the answer is nothing.
All right. Well,
there are some amino acids your body cannot make, and you have to eat them.
Yeah. Right.
That's why we have to eat things. That's why I'm going to eat this big fat kitty I got on my table here later on.
What are you, Chinese?
I'm going to eat the kitty because he's pissing me off.
Racist, Midnight.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Yeah, that is.
Hey!
There's a little bit of truth in this bullshit with. There's truth in it. My sister pointed out a few videos for me that I could only watch about 30 seconds of.
Yeah. I once saw a video. Hold on. And, this is a bit sensitive. I once saw a video of them boiling a dog alive. or somebody boiling a dog alive.
The dogs that they raise in these. I mean, it's like our factory farms for cows. We do the same shit to cows and chickens.
Yeah, but there's a difference between cows and dogs.
No, not that much. I dissected a cow brain, and I was fucking amazed at how much cortex they have. What do they do with all that brain? I don't fucking get it. They sit around, they munch hay. They're thinking about stuff. It's just like South Park. If you watch South Park, the cows are like, they always got something going on in the background. Cows are, I don't know, they got huge brains. Sorry. Bigger than dogs.
But yeah, I mean, that question, I was just like, I was so taken aback at that question.
I know.
What is protein? And I'm like, we're not talking about fucking proteins, Angelo.
Well, he told me I need to go read about cell membranes, and that was just like just a flat out insult to me. It's like, you need to go read about cell membranes, and then you'll understand that things couldn't have possibly evolved. It's like, oh gee, Otangelo, I've never read about a fucking cell membrane before.
I wonder if he knows what the blood-brain barrier is. That would be a fucking hilarious question to ask him.
Probably doesn't. I don't know.
What's
he never did. He never answered my. Well, he doesn't answer 95% of my questions.
Yeah, he's not into answering.
He never did answer my question about whether or not he reads the method section and the analysis section, and my feeling is he probably doesn't, because I mean, if you don't read the method section, how do you know their methods are sound? And if you don't know that their methods are sound, how the fuck can you come to the conclusion that their conclusions are sound?
Yeah. I kind of traced out his thought process. I think while he was talking to you, or no, I had a short talk with him on Germania's stream, and it was just really interesting how when you put him on, like he'll bring a paper and he's got a cherry pick quote, and then you point out to him that and he'll tell you what a prestigious author it is, right? How important he is to evolution, and then you'll figure out that he didn't read any of the other paper. And everything else in the paper disagrees with what he was pointing out. And then he'll say, well, he's biased and he's making inferences. So all of a sudden, his prestigious professional that he brought to the table himself is no longer credible, right? So he does that. And then the next thing, you drill in a little further, and he'll switch from talking about cell membranes to talking about abiogenesis. And he'll ask questions. Yeah,
he gives scallops a lot.
And then the last thing he'll do is tell you that you're disillusioned because of your naturalistic worldview, and you're just disillusioned, and you need to go read about the same things that he's been reading about.
I mean, he's just projecting. We all know this. It needs to be pointed out.
But it's like picking up marbles with a fork.
Do you mean disillusioned or delusional? Does he accuse us of being disillusioned?
No, I think he said delusional. He called me delusional.
Okay, that makes sense.
Well,
yeah.
if you want to get like real short answers and he won't gish gallop, I mean, just ask him about creation. Like, I tried to like start that conversation with him. It got derailed, but
he didn't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, I would have loved to have, like, one of the questions, and I'm truly actually interested in it, like how he reconciles, the whole universe having all these stars and planets out there that we know are out there, right? You see them with telescopes. How do you reconcile that? I mean, I know he believes, like, that was the first thing I started with him was, I asked him, well, okay, you believe that, God started with the Big Bang, right? He's always used that argument, the cosmological argument, right? Or the Kalam, basically uses the Kalam. And so I started there, right? So, but I wanted to ask him how he reconciles that. And I'm sure I would have just because I think I may have asked him that a long time ago. I tried to have that same type of conversation with him because it is curious to see, okay, where do you put the miracles? Like, You know,
Yeah, did it like
Yeah, yeah.
like the timeline. You know, that's all.
And
I'm
also,
totally interested. Like you're
yeah,
interested
and
in the
also,
timeline with SFT, right? You've always been interested with
Yeah.
SFT too. Same thing. It's you kind of want that. Go ahead, Lisa. Sorry.
that's okay. And also, I wanted to ask him, and I never got the chance to ask him, but I wanted to ask him, what the fuck he thinks potential energy is. Because potential energy is energy. That's why it's called potential energy, you fuck.
Yeah, I think, and plus he was using the opposite of that, or the alternate of that, of being actual energy rather than kinetic energy. So, but then again, there could be other forms of energy. But I don't, does physicists talk about quote unquote actual energy, or is that something Otangelo made up?
I haven't heard of actual energy. I don't know.
Yeah,
I have not.
potential versus kinetic.
I have not heard of actual energy. I've heard of dark energy. I've heard of kinetic energy, and I've heard of potential energy.
And then don't forget big dick energy
and energy drink.
And
question
I don't think that quote unquote actual energy is a scientific term.
But the question I would like him to answer though too is like I'd like to ask him why, like, what is the purpose? Why did God create all those stars and all those planets out there? What are those out there for? Like, I would like to know the answer to that. I wonder what he would say about that. Like how he would reconcile that. I don't know.
Damn.
So what the hell would they be for? Like, what does God need all that shit out there for? Like, just for us to look at.
Can anyone link the stream where he asked what proteins are?
Oh, here's on Tangelo saying that.
Okay, so because it's me, I looked it up, and actual energy is actually a company.
Yeah. So.
That stream is actually like 9.5 hours long.
Which day was it? Germania.
It's on Ger Streams.
Okay.
Ger Streams. Okay. So,
yeah, and it's the only one that's like 9.5 hours long.
Yeah, but he's done so many streams in the last few days. You don't know. Oh, okay, 9.5 hours.
Yeah, I mean it is so fucking funny because Jason, the non-existent God, may he bless Jason, but Jason was like, Jason was like, what about this? Or what about this? And if you can't do the math, how do you know their conclusions are sound and all this? And Otangelo was just a little bitch and like, I'm gonna go retreat to my God corner now.
Snake, I put it in public chat. So
Thank you.
The link to the 9-hour stream. And there were so many Ger streams. Anyway, don't watch that stuff because nobody can watch Ger's channel. It causes sexually transmitted diseases. Anyway, that's what I heard.
I think it's somewhere around the 4-hour mark. If you don't want to go through the entire 9 hours, I think it's somewhere around the 4-hour mark.
Can I finish, please? Can I finish, please? Can I finish, please?
Oh, so
wow, Peter, you're a liar.
Tangelo is actually here, so and I am sincere on Tangelo. I would love to know.
Well,
I genuinely do want to know, like, why did God put all those planets and stuff out there?
Can I give you an answer to that, David?
He's gonna say, "I don't know." I would assume. I don't know.
No.
Yes.
I mean,
the heavens declare His glory.
I want to open up the stream so Mr. Otangelo can come on, or no?
What?
I mean, I'm just asking. You can say no if you want.
Is there something wrong with you, Midnight?
Yes, everything.
But David, there's a psalm or whatever that say the heavens declare His glory.
Yeah,
they have a scripture that they can fall back on if they don't have a high-minded philosophical or scientific answer.
Yeah, I think that would probably
Midnight's a glutton for punishment. Midnight's
I
at
mean,
11:15.
according to some people, I am a fucking masochist. So yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, hey, if that's your thing, that's your thing, you know. Oh, Tangelo.
Not
Okay.
really that. It's like
Look what he said
literal
about
bullshit.
potential energy.
As
It's
a baby eating atheist, the more I hear of the Kalam cosmological argument, the more it seems like a clown
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
But potential energy is still energy, you fucking moron.
Yeah, well, he's got a pretty weird view of what potential energy is. Then there's actual energy when it gets into the
I
universe.
think you're
after
using a
God made it.
personal definition of potential and
So-
not the physics definition.
So God had potential Adam and Eve, and then he made actual Adam and Eve. Right?
Well, I'm
Apparently.
thinking he's using his own personal definition of potential and doesn't understand the physics of it, or he should use a different word than potential to describe what he's wanting from the mind of God, because it confuses to what's that word when you use more than equivocation. He's using an equivocation that makes it muddy.
Yeah. Well, to be fair,
to be fair, that's all creationists can do.
Yeah. Yep.
Do you want Tangelo to run away?
No, I didn't do that.
I want
Did somebody- Wait a minute, I stepped away for a minute. Did somebody play something?
I think it was bluegrass.
All right.
I want
It was bluegrass.
2 months speed by.
2 months
He's
by.
not gonna talk to you for 2 months.
I didn't do that, Otangelo. I was getting coffee. I swear.
Like I said, I want Otangelo to do whatever makes him feel happy. So if he increases utility in his life by staying away for 2 months, then let him.
This makes no sense to me whatsoever. Did he not? Was it yesterday or what day was it? Within the past couple of days, he begged you to play the song, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
And now you play it, and now he's pissed. Like,
yeah, he's like one of these toxic parents that keep giving you conflicting orders.
Yeah,
you know?
I know. I don't understand. But
maybe he has another personality, and he just can't. One
That's
personality
what it
wants to come on, the other personality doesn't want to hear the song. It's just, it's just a mess in that noggin.
Well, there's Otangelo Grasso, and then there's another name that I see.
Otangelo's blog, VLOG.
Otangelo's blog. So are those different Otangelos? Because Otangelo's blog asked me to play that song.
No, they're the same Otangelo, and he also has an Otangelo G account. So all of those are Otangelo.
He's got a lot.
The fake
a lot of them.
Otangelo is the fake one is Otangelo Grasshole, I think.
Yeah, that's the fake one. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's
which has gotten me several times.
Yes, because it's it's a parody that seems so much like the real thing that you can't tell sometimes.
It's indistinguishable. Otangelo has. I think he blocked me because I don't know what I did, but he hasn't responded to me at anything for months upon months.
This account right here, he's got a lot of people blocked on, but he'll switch. Like if he goes to Otangelo Vlog or the other, he's got multiple accounts, but this one he's got a lot of people blocked on because he has me blocked on it.
Hey, Speed, give Snake a wrench.
He doesn't have a wrench.
No,
I have one.
Here.
I do. Yeah.
Okay,
I don't. Okay, I'm looking at the StreamYard thing. Hold on. Okay, yeah, he does have.
Have I met you?
Snake.
Have I met you, Snake?
Oh no, this is the first time.
Oh, okay, cool. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Do you have a channel?
I do.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, Snake
cool.
was right.
What do you do?
Yeah.
Whatever I feel like, but yeah.
He basically spends all his time being right.
Yeah.
Yep.
and then he makes videos about it.
Are you a herpetologist?
Goddamn right.
No, I wanted to be when I was a kid. I'm a.
I was just wondering because of your. I was just wondering because of your screen name, Snake.
So I'll put it in. I'll put it in public chat. The channel, the Snake channel, and I'll put it in private chat because some people swing that way. I don't know why anybody ever goes private chat, but anyway.
I need 2 subscribers till 420.
Ooh, unfortunately, I'm already
a subscriber. So
yeah.
Lisa, go subscribe to Snake Was Right.
Yeah. I just linked the channel. So we got you did a Nephilim free.
I'm doing it right now.
Okay. Let's see. We got the Middle East debate. So Ian has been trying to set up a debate on modern day debate with Kent Hovind, and apparently James is declining, or he's thinking about it.
I just subscribed to Snake. I thought I was already subscribed, and I was actually going to double check that.
Let me check.
When
I'm looking at 420 on Snake Was Right.
You got 420.
Yeah. So I just subscribed. I thought I already was, but I didn't.
Oh,
realize.
cool! As soon as you go live,
baby. Yeah.
As soon as you go live with your 420 celebration, I'm going to unsub my 2 accounts.
Yeah.
Damn you!
Somebody did that to Smokey. He went to 500 or something, and a whole bunch of people unsubbed. Yeah. Just to fuck with him.
What am I gonna do?
I don't know. You'll have to end the stream right away.
Snake, I just took a screenshot of it so that you will be able to prove that you have 420.
Wahoo!
Hi,
I didn't even
Topdawg.
look. That's what it's on.
Yeah.
Hey.
You may or may not want to hang out with me because I get really, really pissed off with young Earth creationists.
Oh, I just love it when you do that, Lisa. Yep, you're my kind of girl.
I also get pissed off when people are talking about shit they have no goddamn clue about, like Danny and psychology. Dualism and all this shit. I'm like, dualism and a thing, you idiot.
Sorry to interrupt, but I'm gonna go.
We're all gonna go. We're all going in 4 minutes.
Well, yeah, I'm going to talk to my boyfriend. So bye.
Okay,
bye.
I was just talking to him midnight. Anyway.
So yeah, I mean, especially in my Saturday live stream in Atheist Church, I really, really come down. Like in Saturday live stream, I come down on the Bible, and in Atheist Church, I kind of like, what the fuck,
Lisa, you have an admirer in the side chat.
So you do a Saturday night live stream? What time do you do it?
4 p.m. Pacific Daylight.
Okay.
And
so that's earlier than our stuff. So
yeah, and I do. Yeah, and right now I'm in Judges. I'm going through the Bible, and it's just pointing out. First of all, pointing out all the places where God's got Alzheimer's, and second of all, pointing out where it doesn't make any fucking sense, which is like everywhere.
If you're looking for a pick-me-up, do not read the book of Judges.
Lisa, did you see the thing we did with Dr. Josh on Saturday? He was talking a little bit about layering and how the different versions kind of came together and contradicted, and they end up leaving them anyway because they almost don't want to change the original, even though there's 2 different accounts. And
the committee.
No, I didn't, but I knew there. I've known for quite some time the Bible was edited, not just one time, but several times. I mean, if you look at Genesis, Genesis 1 and Genesis 2 have two very different creation stories. And you only see this when you get out of the brainwash shit and you really read it, you know.
Yeah, I mentioned in that stream that I tried to read the Bible once, and I started reading Genesis, and I got to the second version, and I said, "Fuck this! I'm done." I quit reading it. I couldn't go any further. It's like this doesn't make any sense. So, but it's interesting how all that came together. We have a ton of links in that stream, and I'll try to get you the stream here. Let's see, where is it? Here we go. Oh, copy link address. There are a ton of links, really good links in that stream, and even today we have a bunch of other links on the same topic, so you might be interested.
Yeah, I'm always interested in stuff like that. You know, I mean it's kind of my thing, you know.
Yeah, we had 37 views at the end of that stream because it was early in the morning. And we're up to 137 now, so did something good. Right. Yeah. But anyway.
Well, I saw where Dr. Josh also tweeted the link to it. So.
Oh, cool. Good. That helps. People pay attention to him. Nobody cares about speed of sound. Nobody gives a shit what I have to say. Right?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just like what Jason said yesterday with Otangelo. You know, it's like, you know, Otangelo, even though you're full of shit, and he didn't say this exactly, but I mean, I'm paraphrasing what he said. He's like, Otangelo, even though you're full of shit, people listen to you.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody knows who he is. Almost everybody in the community, the entire YouTube atheist community, has banned Otangelo at least once.
And I'm really hurt because he used to come to my live streams all the time, and he hadn't come to my live streams in a while. What the fuck, Otangelo?
I know, and he hasn't come to my streams for a while.
Yeah,
I have no idea why.
He said, "Come November, if you play it again, it's going to be 4 months." So.
He didn't like that song, Lisa.
But you can play it as much as you want till then.
If you don't like that song, there's something wrong with you.
I don't play that song. You know, I think what happened. I think what happened was I was doing a debunk of the Shroud Turin from the Bible. You know.
Shit! I got an idea.
And he wanted to come in and fight with me about it. And I'm like, no, Tangelo, because we're not doing that right now. You know, I mean, if you want to come on, you can come on. I've had you on before, but we are not doing this right now. And I think that's what did it for him. You know, it's like, you know, I've got rules, Tangelo, and you cannot steamroll me.
Everyone in the atheist community should play that song when Otangelo comes on their stream. Because if everybody did it, what would he do then?
I mean, a lot of people know about it. I told you about that. It's been mentioned in side chats. And what I don't understand, right, Speed, you know, at first he was pissed about it, right?
And then he settled
in. Then he settled in and, you know, he embraced it basically, and he thought it was funny. So he was good for a while. Then he got pissed again. Now he's doing it again. Just the other day.
He breaks up with me every 2 weeks.
He basically begged you to play it. So then, and you stopped playing it for a long time, right? You weren't playing it. You stopped. He just begged you to play it the other day. Now you're playing it. Now he's pissed. Like, he's like praise for Christ's sakes.
To be fair, let's put it this way. I tried very hard to stop playing it. I tried very hard. Yeah, I really tried. I was sincere about it. I promised him, and I was so sincere about it. But then I'm a little ADHD that way, and sometimes I don't have control over what I do with my fingers and my mouth and mouse and shit like that, and my mouth. So I can't be blamed for this. This is my disability.
And remember the joke that he actually told a joke in a stream. Which stream was that? He said, "Oh, that's the only argument that I don't have an answer to." Is the
Yeah,
Benny Hill
the
thing.
Benny
And
Hill
he made a
thing.
joke about it. Like, I mean, I don't get it. You know?
Well, he doesn't have an argument for anything. His argument is God done it, and that's not an argument.
Yeah. God done it because it's complicated. Anyway, so we got
and you know, oh shit, I forgot what I was going to say. Go ahead, Speed.
Oh, I was going to say we got to shoot it in the head, but if you got to say something, because we usually I like to cut this off at 2 hours.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay, so we're going to shoot it in the head for the day. Anybody have any final words?
Just chill on my channel. Just chill on my channel. No.
Yep, and it's in the chat.
Keep learning and searching for truth, everybody. Because the day you quit learning is the day you die. Whether you die physically or not, the day you stop learning is the day you die.
That is the case. Anyway, goodbye, cruel world.
All right. Goodbye, everyone.